Also, like Reddit gets completely excluded because Reddit's full of idiots writing bullshit, right? Um, so crowdsourced stuff gets handled in a certain way. I identify what an expert looks like to me and who I want to listen to, and I do all those kinds of things. And certainly, like, I'm not recommending anyone else here does it at the moment, but I definitely allow OpenClaw to make purchases on my behalf. Don't do it, it's not entirely safe. I know some people know what they're doing. I'm not recommending anyone else does that at the moment. So it creates my logistics, it creates my plans, it does a whole load of stuff. So the question in this is, what are you guys doing to make sure that you're eliminating your own biases in your work and how you're approaching this expanding area? Because we're all in this together, and how each part of this pie works with this new technology is really important.
Yeah, so I think, so for my sins, like actually my wife and I kind of like co-founded the business that I work in together, right? And so actually, one of the things that is really difficult when you're kind of like having like, like really big disagreements is that it kind of like, it kind of tends to be bigger than just the business itself, right? So one of the things I did for myself was to kind of have a disagree with me bots, right? So if I kind of say, hey, look, actually, this is the decision that I'm going to make, and then I kind of say, okay, well, here's the context, so that it's, to your point, like kind of like a whole bunch of memory about the company, what we want to achieve, what our values are. And I say, given this context, and given that this is my course of action, disagree with me in a rational way, right? So I think what is really interesting is that, it does come up with something that changed my mind, right? Or what do I believe to be true that if you invalidated would kind of like flip my decision, right? So there's a lot of things you can do to kind of like test your own thinking. I think, again, you wouldn't want to do that for everything, right? Like there's a lot of decisions about like what soap to buy that actually, I don't want to spend that kind of like mental energy on. But of course, right, if you're kind of making big investments, things like that, then yeah, sure, you do spend the time kind of looking at things from a different perspective.